Welcome into Friday Night Blitz. Tonight was the end of the regular season, and boy, oh boy, did we have some huge matchups that not only would be for conference titles, but would have enormous implications in the playoff matrix. Let's start with our showdown game of the week. This one was at Tritons Stadium, where the 2024 D3 champs, undefeated Notre Dame, took on also unbeaten Oshkosh North. Winner takes home the FRCC-South. Tritons up 7-0 early. Spartans QB Bryce Ott airs it out, and it's hauled in by Dalton Clark for a 53-yard touchdown. It's all tied up. Same score, early second. Ott escapes pressure, moves up in the pocket, airs it out once again, and there's Clark. That's a 39-yard touchdown pass. Middle of the second, Kingston Allen takes the handoff for the Tritons. Look at all this room he has outside. He'll jog in from 12 yards out to tie the game. Now, Oshkosh North before the half, they want the FRCC South crown. They fake punt in their own territory, and they're going to be stopped short. That would change the complexion of the ball game, because a little later, Allen takes the direct snap and reaches into the end zone. Tritons up 10. They roll from there, scoring 27 unanswered points to win 34-14 and take home the FRCC South crown for the third straight year. Let's send it to Oshkosh to hear from Notre Dame.
I'm Claire Peterson here at Titans Stadium with Coach Rader. Rader, how do you feel winning a conference title?
Every time, I mean, we've been fortunate that we've done this a couple years in a row now, so they're all special. They're all fun. They're all a lot of work, and to be able to win it, in the last game of the season is really special.
Yeah, and when you were down 14-7, what are you telling your team? What are you saying in the huddles? How are you getting them up and getting them to stay pumped up?
I mean, at that point, it's almost like you're over pumped up. The kids have to settle down a little bit. It was still early in the game. You just got to relax and play your game. And when we do our things right, things work well. It just took us a little while to get going.
Yeah, definitely. And looking into playoffs, what is going to be on your mind? Where are you guys going to be focusing on?
It's really when you get into playoffs, it requires a different amount of focus. The kids have been through that before, and they're ready for that. They're ready for that challenge. And so, we'll sit back and see who we play, and then start getting ready.
Awesome. Very exciting. Thanks, guys. Back to you, John.
Let's head to the Northeastern Conference. Two second-place teams, Luxembourg, Casco, and Freedom, duking it out in Freedom. Right there, Owen Heichel hits Quinn Brennenstuhl in the end zone to tie the ball game up at 7 early. Now Freedom on their next possession. Well, actually, this is Luxembourg, Casco. They toss it over to Trimberg, who breaks a tackle, and he's going to scamper on down the sidelines. That's going to be a 71-yard touchdown. Hey, that might be our play of the night. Who knows? It's a contender. Freedom on their next possession. They respond. Owen Heichel drops a dime down the seam to Aiden Hurts. Freedom takes this one 33-20. All right, Freedom hoping for a little shoot loss so they can both tie atop of the NEC standings. Mustangs hosting Two Rivers. Mustangs have been phenomenal this year. Second play from scrimmage for the Mustangs. They're going to go to the ground like they usually do. Handoff goes to Reese Joten. He goes up the gut, slips a tackle. He's got room to run. Is anybody going to stop him? Absolutely not. Little shoot goes up 7-0. Purple Raiders in Mustangs territory here, 4th and long. They're going for it. And Noah Shilcox is going to be sacked. Turnover on downs. On the very next play, Jaden Hermson, he calls his own number. You've seen him do it so many times this year on Friday Night Blitz. That's a 67-yard touchdown. Mustangs win the NEC title outright with a 35-14 victory. All right, let's check on some other scores. How about this? Neenah is upset by Hortonville, who is near the bottom of the FBA standings. So instead of winning the conference outright, the Rockets will share the conference crown with Kimberly, who beat Appleton North tonight. What an absolute shocker. To the Packerland, Kewanee takes down the Marines of Marinette, and they storm their way to the conference title with a 42-21 win. And the Brewers' season is over. They are swept by the Dodgers in the NLCS as Shohei Ohtani hits 3 dingers and pitched a gem. 6 innings pitched, 10 strikeouts. But it was an amazing year for the Brew Crew nonetheless. They're one of only 4 teams remaining in all baseball. Excited to see what this young team has next year. But don't go anywhere. We have some more highlights as well as the play of the night. We'll be right back. All right, you saw an undefeated battle for the top of the FRCC South. Let's send it to Seymour, where Kelly Hallinan is standing by for another undefeated rivalry.
It's a rematch of last year's Bay Conference Championship game, Seymour taking on Winneconne. The Thunder are chasing their first conference title since 2009, while the Wolves are looking to make it back-to-back championships. Let's check it out. The Thunder hosting the Wolves. We'll jump to the second quarter. Iowa commit Brody Schaefer scrambles, then he finds an opening and dives into the end zone. Winneconne on the board first, up 7-0. But Seymour answers. It's Caden Staffelt who finds Brandon Neppel for the score. The extra point, though, is no good, and the Thunder trail by 1. Then, just before the half, Seymour extends their lead. It's Staffelt to Xavier Salzman, who hauls it in for a touchdown. The Thunder lead 12-7 at the break. Third quarter, it's the Thunder's defense now. Schaefer's pass is deflected and it's picked off by Jordan Thompson, but it leads to no points. And the Wolves start getting going offensively. Schaefer, another rushing touchdown to take the lead. He had 3 of those tonight. And then in the fourth quarter, he finds Jordan Nedekovin. Seymour doesn't score in the second half, and the Wolves pull away, winning 29-12. Winneconne goes undefeated in conference play to secure the Bay title.
It means a lot. We faced a lot of adversity in the first half. You know, going into halftime down is not something we wanted, but we came in the second half and we brought energy and we showed what it's like to be a great team out here.
We had to beat Seymour last year, undefeated again to win the conference championship. It's the first time we've won back-to-back conference championships in Winneconne. So it was our final goal of the season to get here. We knew Seymour was going to be a tough team to beat. They came in with the same goals that we had. Now we move on to the second part of our season. We will move on to the playoffs.
After the win, head coach Ryan Prings said the conference title is nice, but a whole new season starts tomorrow. From Seymour, Kelly Hallinan, NBC 26 Sports.
Winneconne made it all the way to level 4 last year, getting bounced by Baldwin Woodville. Can they make it to Madison this year? Well, we'll find out. But it's time for our play of the night. Let's go back to Freedom Lux Casco. Spartans QB Eli Durain flipped it to his receiver Mason Trimberg, who runs into his own man, and then he breaks a tackle, and then he pops over to the sideline. Trimberger house calls this one. Let's watch that in slow motion. He breaks that tackle. That's a 71-yard touchdown, but the Spartans fall in this one to finish it 3rd in the Northeastern Conference, but that's okay. They're still heading to the playoffs. And playoff seedings will be released tomorrow morning. If you want to see the breakdown of the playoff matrix, check out NBC26.com. Have a great weekend. I know I will, as always. Thanks for tuning in.